Halo teman-teman belajar, kembali lagi di Belajar Bersama. Di sini kita bersama belajar di Belajar Bersama. Oke, kali ini kita akan membahas tentang defining pragmatics. Okay, I'm trying to define what pragmatics is. Okay, so the video today is actually based on the theory from Stephen C. Levinson. So here are some theories or some statements of the theory that I get from the book. So the first one, the statement in the theory is study of a language from a functional perspective. So in the first statement from this book is study of a language from its functional perspective. So pragmatics is related not to the structure but to the function of the language itself, where it is used, what it is used for. So it's more like the function of it as a language. The second theory I have here is pragmatics is concerned with principle of language use. So it's concerned with the principle of language use, means like, again, is not directly related to the structure of the language, but it's more like dealing with the language use, how the language is used, where the language is used, the context itself. The third theory is saying that pragmatics concern with the disambiguation of sentences by the context in which they are used. So in this statement of the theory, it's mentioning that it's related to the context where the languages are used. So again, context is related to the function and the language use. Context, where, to whom, why it's used. So the context of situation, it happens, okay? It really influences why the language is used and why the pattern is used. So pragmatics is really related to this context where the language is actually used. The next statement of the theory is concerned with the further interpretation of the sentence forms or linguistic form in a context. Well, as I mentioned before, it's not directly related to the sentence structure or the sentence's format or structure or the grammar itself, but pragmatics is about where those structures are used. Okay, if we talk about the sentence structure or the linguistic form, syntax, for example, it's talking about the sentence structure, right? The subject, predicate, and blah blah blah. But it's only about the structure. And if we talk about the pragmatics, it's actually the place or the context where those structures are used. So it's not about the structure itself, but the place or the context where these structures are used. The last statement I have here is pragmatics is covering both the context-dependent aspect of language and principles of language use. Well, the last statement of theory here I have is pragmatics is covering both the context-dependent aspect of language and principles of language use. So again, context-dependent aspect. It means that pragmatics is related or is about the context where the language is used, where, why it's used, to whom it's used, who you're talking to, and blah blah blah. So it's actually the context, the place. So that's why it's called, it's dealing with the function of the language function, the language use. It's related, all of those things are related to the context itself. Why the language is used, the function of it, and also, yeah, to who you're talking to and all. So it's more like the context. So that's pragmatics based on the book. If we define pragmatics, not I actually define the pragmatics, but it's actually based on the book from Stephen C. Levinson. It's mentioning some of those statements of theory that we're talking, okay? So for instance, if I give you one example of, let's say, if we're talking about the lexical choices, the word choices, there's some examples in this book as well mentioning, for instance, the word rabbit and bunny, or the word vegetables and veggies, okay? So in what context you're going to use the word veggies, in what context you are going to use the word bunny. This is called the pragmatics, okay? I mean, just a slight example of, simple example of the use of pragmatics itself. When you're talking to someone, like in a context, in a situation that is casual, and to your very close friends, you probably talk like, oh, the bunny or the veggies. But you're not going to talk about this, I mean, you're not going to use these two words in more formal setting or in a formal context of situation, because it will sound too friendly, probably. But it also depends on the people as well. I mean, based on a book I've read, that maybe children will tend to use the word bunny instead of adults, okay? But some adults also use the word bunny, but in a certain situation, in a more casual context or situation, but they will use rabbit in a more formal context of situation instead. So it's pragmatics. Context really defines how or what language pattern, what word you use, what words you use to speak, or how you use your language. It is really defined by the context itself. That is pragmatics. Okay, thank you very much for listening to me for this video. It's about the definition of pragmatics and how we define the pragmatics based on some statements from the book. If you still have some questions, you can, well, some of you actually send me email, which is, I mean, I very seldom check my email, or sometimes I'm too busy to check the comment section as well. So if you want to write in the comment section, please do. But if you want to reach me to my WhatsApp number, chat only, okay? No call. I'm not going to pick any numbers which are not listed, okay? So please chat me through my WhatsApp and remind me if I don't reply, okay? My WhatsApp number, I have my WhatsApp number here, the link on the description. You can just click it and add it to your list, as your friend list, and anytime if you need to ask a question about linguistics, literature, and other things that I have here on my YouTube videos, you can reach me to my WhatsApp number and we're going to have discussion there, okay? If I'm probably a bit slow to reply, you can just remind me, sir, please reply, or are you busy or whatever. Just be in contact with me to my WhatsApp number, because it's quite often. I mean, I have my phone every day, every single day, so I can check it every time the WhatsApp chat's coming into my phone, okay? Well, thank you very much everyone for listening to my video for 10 minutes straight, and don't forget to press the like button and share so more of our friends can learn about pragmatics and about other things in my YouTube channel. And don't also forget to press subscribe button for being friends with me here in this Belajar Bersama channel. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you again, and until then, stay healthy. Bye-bye.